This is how MLS and soccer in the United States can capitalize off of the World Cup coming here next year. So let's talk about it.
Ain't been tight, never known curfews. Sunday night quiet, I ain't even out my church shoes. I done been white, premarital guessing perfumes. Psycho in a lot, they keep asking me who hurt you. Dreaded for diapers, ain't that some shit? You think buying beers and pacifiers made me a pacifist? There's a list of asses that I like to whip. In this timeline, been frames the bad guy shit. Go ahead.
Hello. Welcome to Sports World Talk, where we talk the world of sports. And right now we're talking how the MLS and soccer in the United States can capitalize off of the World Cup coming next year. Now, I have a opinion on how they should have capitalized on the Club World Cup, but hey, they didn't capitalize like I feel they should have. But don't miss the opportunity again. This is how the MLS, especially, and just soccer in general, can be capitalized with the World Cup coming next year. So, which is supposed to be watched by billions of people. So this is even more opportunity for eyes here in America. They'll get more soccer. They said back in the 90s, whenever it came along, in the 90s, the World Cup, that's what kind of sparked the movement even more to have MLS. So what's going to happen now? But the first and foremost is the obvious thing. The obvious thing that they have to do is fix the salary cap situation. It has to be done. Like, literally, this offseason is a big offseason for the MLS. This is one of the most important offseasons that they can probably have dating back years ago. So, now, it's two options that they can do, I feel. Now, those who want them to get rid of the salary cap, it's not going to happen. They're not getting rid of the salary cap. They're too, worried about not being financially structured, so don't even think about the salary cap leaving. But there's a few options, I feel. Option number 2, I'm going to start with 2, is getting a higher salary cap around $60 to $70 million per team, and still allowing for DP players. So you have a higher salary cap to where you can build a good team out and everything like that. And you also have an extra spot for that, that DP player that you can, it could be a big name player. You know what I mean? So that's the first. The second one, which I think the first one's probably better and more likely. Both won't be good plans. In general, but the more likely one, I think easier to transition is the first one, which is having 7 DP spots and a salary cap of 30 to 40 million. If in that situation on a soccer field you have 11 men on the field at one time. So if you have 7 DP players, that allows you to cover more than just strikers of midfield. You can have some defensive backs or anything like that to big names as well. Not even saying big name, but just quality players. That's really the main goal. Getting quality players to coming in the MLS to where, you have your 7 DPs, but you also can leave room for other young players that you can groom and grow into a future DP position or anything like that. There's room. And with having $30 to $40 million for salary cap, it still leaves you room to be a little bit more flexible as far as, okay, hey, let's get this player over here for, $5 million a year. You know what I mean? And actually, it gets the players getting paid more, because the players, I feel, definitely needs to be paid more. The minimum shouldn't be, I think it's 100-something thousand maybe. No, the minimum for each player should at least be, I think basketball is like 1.5 or something like that. But I would say for MLS, 800,000 at least, each player on the team getting that right there, because you're going to get more views. You're going to get more audience, based off of these names and stuff like that. But that's the first and foremost thing, is increasing the salary cap. And after increasing that salary cap, hey, sorry for interrupting, but question, have you hit that like button yet? Have you subscribed to the channel? If not, please do so. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's talk about it, all right? Back to the show. Go for the big names. Because going into the World Cup, what's going to help bring the more attention is having those names. And if you get one of those big market teams like Los Angeles or Atlanta, New York, Chicago, Miami, any one of those teams, which Miami has their, big name players, but any one of those cities, even Nashville. Like I said, I'm really big on Nashville and Columbus Crew and those guys. I feel like they and the FC Cincinnati, those are some great teams, and there's a lot more too. But if you get a big name player that's not 38, 39 years old to come over to the MLS to that'll start that rivalry with Messi and Inter Miami or anybody else. But get a big name player in Los Angeles, in Chicago, in Atlanta, or wherever you need to get it to where you can push that whole story of, hey, this is what the MLS is about. This is the attention that's grabbing from fans. Because I'm not sure if y'all seen any other videos. Hope you have. But they are a lot of people going to these MLS games. I watched them this past weekend. A lot of stands was pretty full. Looked a lot more fuller than some of the Club World Cup games. So I'm saying this. The fans are there. You have to give them some people to really dig their teeth in, which nothing against the players just there. They're good, but you have to get some names. Like, wouldn't it be dope if we can bring home Christian Pulisic? Bring him home. Bring him back to U.S., MLS, Atlanta United. Put him with Atlanta United, somebody like that, or Chicago Fire, something like that I feel, okay, hey, I think this would be a good move for him because, hey, he can get paid, they can afford him, and it can bring eyes. Like, they have their Captain America. He's back in America here, playing soccer here. He's 26, 27 years old. I think it'd be a great situation for him. I'm not saying he'll come, but I'm saying you have to open up the salary cap and you have to go after those names because this summer will be very huge on storytelling. Because that's what sports is sometimes. Yes, it's athletics, but it's also storytelling. Look at the story of Messi. Everyone wants to watch and see what Messi's gonna do. Everyone, he's in Publix. I want to watch that. So you have to give them something they can dig their teeth in. And I think somebody like Christian Pulisic or somebody else that could actually come over here, get paid, and get the competition level of MLS up even more. Because we have the markets. We have markets that are screaming for soccer right now. FC Cincinnati, Columbus Crew, St. Louis City. A lot of other cities are just screaming for soccer, for a name like that they can dig their teeth in. So that's another thing also. But yes, not only to, push to get the big names, but also find your homegrown guys. Get that homegrown guy, that's good, that is talented, and push that individual. I wish that Philadelphia Union didn't already sell their young guy who's 16 right now. They sold him to Man City, so he's 18, he's leaving. But get you that young guy, that's that homegrown guy. You can create that narrative of, hey, this is the story of him. But I know there's a lot to do within a year, but nothing's impossible. But get those big market teams, some actual big market names in there. Push that narrative. And then after that, I would just say, I know there's been talk of saying 2027 is supposed to be changing the calendar year and everything. So push that narrative. Talk about that a lot. Talk about how we're about to be aligned calendar-wise with all the international teams, European teams, and everything like that. Talk about that. You have to push that narrative to let them know, hey, oh man, MLS, U.S. soccer is actually aligning up just like us. Hey, this may help us. It would definitely help by even pushing that. Also, letting people know how well our academy system is doing. A lot of people don't know. Not a lot of people know that, okay, hey, on Team USA, there was like 5 or 6 academy guys from MLS next up. A lot of people don't know that. Let people know. Showcase that. Get on ESPN. Get on Fox and stuff. All those channels. Marketing is very big for the MLS. Something that needs to be done. And this year has to be a critical year, a critical offseason for MLS in order to capitalize off the World Cup success. I'm not saying we have the best chance in the world to win the World Cup. It'd be great, but we have to make some noise. We have to capitalize off that right there. So also marketing the change of calendar. Hopefully they still be able to change the calendar to 2027, but talk about that. Talk about how our academy system is growing, because everyone thinks right now that our academy system is not doing good. But hey, we are producing. We got like 16-year-olds. We got 17-year-olds are doing well. It's definitely working. So we have to talk about that. Let's see. After you get those big names and big markets, get your friendly going. Call up Man City, PSG. Call up them for a friendly, and just to show, hey, we're competitive. So do that, market that, and see how it goes. I think MLS, like I said, it has so much potential right now that not a lot of people really sees it. Everyone thinks it's like 10, 15 years ago. It's not like that no more. Smaller cities like Nashville, which ain't small, but it's a smaller city than LA and Atlanta and stuff like that, but they are having crazy crowds. So that is one of the things they have to do to capitalize off that as well too. But that's everything that I think that so far of what MLS and US soccer should do to capitalize off the World Cup. We have less than a year, but we have time. This offseason is crucial for the MLS. This offseason is crucial for soccer here in America, because there's a third spot that needs to be taken over after basketball, football. Baseball is declining some. Soccer can take that over. Give people something to cheer about. MLS, even more. Give them some big names, all right? So y'all let me know what you think about it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's talk about it, all right? Let's go.
There's a list of asses that I like to whip. In this timeline, it frames the bad guy shit. Go ahead and